For years, we have been begging to see what Zack Snyder's original plan for the Justice League was, and after many fights and after the clamoring of fans, we finally made it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my review of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Determined to ensure Superman's ultimate sacrifice was not in vain, Bruce Wayne aligns forces with Diane Prince with plans to recruit a team of metahumans to protect the world from an approaching threat of catastrophic proportions as we are brought the definitive cut of Justice League from Zack Snyder. And before we get going with this crazy review, because there's so much to talk about, why don't you let me know how excited you are for Zack Snyder's Justice League? Start the conversation in the comments. Tell me who's your favorite hero. And while you're down there, if you haven't done so yet, if you just found my channel, welcome. Why not click the subscribe button so you can be aware of every time I upload a video, and you will also make any director's cut you've ever wanted come true. So let's start by the biggest pleasant surprise I had in this film, and that is Cyborg, my friends, has an arc. For a character that did nothing in the previous version of this film that we watched back in 2017, he is so crucial to how this film moves. This film couldn't happen without the presence of Cyborg. He's so important to the plot, to information that comes to our characters, and to the characters themselves, and Ray Fisher does a phenomenal job. I think he's great in this film. Cyborg is clearly someone who's dealing with a lot of demons, with a lot of guilt, with a broken relationship with his father, and he is extremely compelling in this film. There's a lot of gravitas to his character and to the performance being given. The writing puts him at the core of this film. Again, this film does not work without Cyborg's involvement and what the characters have to learn from him with information that only he can provide. Speaking of things that work, the team dynamic in this film is sensational. I love the relationships that we get in this team. Batman and Flash, Batman and Wonder Woman, Cyborg and Wonder Woman, Cyborg and Flash, Cyborg and Batman, Aquaman and Wonder Woman, Aquaman and Flash. Each of them might have just small moments with each other scattered throughout, but all of them feel so different. Diana is the one person Bruce trusts in this team to even know his identity at first, while Flash is someone that Bruce sees that he has to protect, while Cyborg is someone that Bruce is not very sure of, but he's desperate because Bruce's arc in this film, he's not trying to make jokes, he's not trying to be the funny guy, he's extremely distraught by the death of Superman because he feels guilty for the death of Superman. I really would not want to ruin it for you, but let me talk about Henry Cavill, my Superman, our best Superman ever, and this film treats him so well. The film never feels like it's in a rush, which, I mean, it's 4 hours long. It better take its sweet time. But the scenes in this film flow. The characters and what they do, their actions, their words, how they go about this mission really flows well. The pacing is really well nailed down, and how this film treats its characters is very well seen in its spacing. It gives a lot of shine not only to our main core team, but Steppenwolf gets a lot of time to shine. The Amazonians get a lot of time to shine. The Atlanteans get a lot of time to shine. Let's talk about Steppenwolf, because Steppenwolf not only looks great in this film, the rendering in his visual effects is sensational. The animation is great, the model is great, and he looks intimidating, and he does intimidating things in this film. He kicks all the ass, my friends. He kicks so much ass, and he has motivations on his own, which I know it's an insane concept judging from the previous version, but he's so good in this film. I was so so surprised. We get to see these characters have a meaning, this story have a meaning, the pacing slowing down when we get more intimate moments with Barry Allen as he meets Iris West, as he goes to visit his father in jail, as Batman and Diana talk about what their plan should be, as the heroes gather and think about if they should bring Superman to life. Nothing is really in a rush. They give the characters, they give the story the time it needs to breathe when it needs to breathe, because this film is for the most part slow, and as you watch the film you can understand when and where they would break this film apart in episodes if they were to release it as a miniseries. There are chapters in this film, they say the name of each chapter, and it clearly would have divided up this film very, very well, and I think as a miniseries it would have even flowed better. But as soon as you reach the midway point, my god, the action kicks in, and there are small action set pieces at the beginning in the first three parts, but as soon as the full-on throttle action comes in, it's so amazingly done. I love the action set pieces of this film because, again, the action set pieces themselves have character because of the character dynamics at play. As the film goes on, we start not seeing individual action set pieces, but small team-ups, and they start getting longer, the action set pieces, and our heroes start to work better and better together because we see them going through these experiences and working together and gelling better and better together the more they work together throughout the film. Alright, let me get back to Superman, my boy. Oh, Henry Cavill in this film. So good. And Superman clearly is someone that Zack Snyder understands, because Superman in this film, man, I can't tell you what he does, I can't tell you what happens, but oh my god, guys, Superman in this film. If you love Superman, if you're a fan at all of Superman, if you understand the character, you're going to be a very, very happy camper. Let's talk about Darkseid, the almighty Darkseid, the great one. He is here. You've seen too much of him, I would say. I think we've seen too much Darkseid. There's a very big extended action sequence with him that we see in all his glory, and he's great in there. Apart from that, I don't think we should have gotten much more of him. The best part of this film is that it really allowed Snyder to give us his vision in all its glory, with no holds barred, with the characters he loves and cherishes, a story, a universe, an arc, let's say, because this was never supposed to be just one movie, but we clearly got a part of that arc that he wanted to fulfill, and I had an amazing time with it. And if you're a hardcore DC Comics fan, you get such great payoffs to things that were set up in Man of Steel and BVS, to things that were teased in those films, to things that are teased throughout this very film itself. It's so gratifying to see a director liberating to give the fans who made this movie happen, in all fairness, his full-on vision is extremely gratifying and rewarding as someone who belongs to that group of fans and has always been a fan of Zack Snyder and what he was doing with the DC universe. As far as issues are concerned, I talked a little bit how maybe the pacing would have flowed better if it was divided in a miniseries, though I loved watching this in one sitting. There's a scene near the end that it felt too much like an add-on, and how it was structured to be inserted in the film didn't really work for me. I find the scene really interesting. It leaves me with blue balls to want to see the rest of it. I just think the addition of it in this film didn't really work. It didn't need to be there. It doesn't ruin what came before. It doesn't ruin the film with its inclusion, but just didn't need to be there, and I think it belongs somewhere else. Zack Snyder's Justice League feels like a real film, a real vision, something that had a lot of love and care, with fleshed out characters, a fleshed out story, fleshed out villain, and lore that sets up, builds up, and properly pays off everything in it. As far as issues are concerned, the only issue is really that we don't get to see more of it. But I was so happy to see my Superman, my Batman, my Aquaman, my Wonder Woman, and this team getting the respect and the version of it that it deserves. Filled with glory, filled with earnestness. I cannot thank Zack Snyder enough. I cannot congratulate him enough. I'm giving Zack Snyder's Justice League a B+. Now, what did you think of Zack Snyder's Justice League? Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts? Are you excited? How do you rank his DCEU movies? And just all his movies in general. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best. Stay tuned for my reviews of Falcon Winter Soldier, Invincible, Dota Dragon's Blood, all of that coming through this week. And I hope to see you there. And once again, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. And so until then, love each other and love the movies.